Okay, come in.
John James Schaefer.
So he's gonna plead, why is he pleading no contest?
There's recollection, he was intoxicated.
Okay. So it's lack of memory.
Correct.
So they're going to dismiss. They're going to dismiss the disorderly public intoxication.
This isn't just another routine court docket. This is a rapid-fire sequence of plea deals, legal strategy, and real-life consequences unfolding in real time. Multiple defendants, multiple charges, and one judge moving fast, but missing nothing. From intoxication and resisting arrest to reckless driving and even an animal attack case. Each decision here carries weight. Watch closely because what might seem like just a no-contest plea can have the exact same impact as a guilty verdict. And the real question is, are these defendants fully aware of what they're giving up, or just trying to move on as quickly as possible?
Excuse me. If he pleads no contest to resist and obstruct, right?
Correct.
If you plead no contest to resist and obstruct, it has the same effect as a guilty plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And based on your lawyer's representation, I'm going to take this as a no contest plea because of the lack of memory. The possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights? If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis? Would you mark that, Sadie? To that charge of resist and obstruct an officer, how many of that Mark Peoples one? To the charge of resist and obstruct an officer, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I'm going to review the report, but I will indicate there is an agreement that he pay restitution, correct?
And it's not so much restitution, Judge, it was a, because of Mr. Schaefer's condition at the time, he had urinated in the actual cell and they needed to bring in HAZMAT to sterilize the cell.
I know, but I'm just, okay, but he's agreeing to pay $485.
Correct, yeah, it's part of the restitution to the police department.
And you understand and agree to that?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you again, to the charge resist and obstruct an officer, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I've had the report, Mark Peoples one, I'm going to review it. Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Anybody force you to plead no contest?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea. I find it to be an accurate plea made voluntarily and understanding. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the disorderly public intox. There's $485 in restitution on a no contest. I'm going to refer you for a screening and assessment. You're going to be screened and assessed today, and you'll be sentenced at a later time. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. You understand that?
Yeah, last time I was here, I have my medical marijuana.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to quarrel with that. I can't change that. So you won't be violated. You won't be violated if you test positive for THC, as long as you have a valid card
I do.
and you provide proof of that. So you can show that to probation. We're going to give you a screening. You're going to fill out a questionnaire and be interviewed today, and then you'll come back for sentencing, and the sentencing will be on what day, Heather?
That'll be April 8th at 8:30.
8:30, okay? So go down the hall, get your notice, go to probation, fill out a questionnaire, and be interviewed. Good luck. Wilson, Shane Michael Wilson, the second, 232-143-763.
Good morning, Judge. Nice to get to have Mr. Wilson.
All right, Mr. Wilson, your name?
No, Lord Wilson.
Is this still going to be a plea to reckless driving?
Correct.
It's a no contest plea because of,
Judge, recollection. I apologize. For Mr. Wilson, civil liability. My apologies, Joe. He did.
He had a parked car.
He had a parked car and he also went up on the grass of a residential house. But there was no alcohol, though.
All right. If you plead no contest, and we cover this with you again, this is punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs are all of those, 6 points, your license will be suspended. I think it's 90 days, but it could be 120 days by the Secretary of State. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign the advice of rights? Did you read it and understand it? If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis?
Yes.
Can you mark this again? I'm sorry. To the charge of reckless driving, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I'm having the report marked Peoples 1. All right. Based on my review of the report, I find there's a factual basis for the plea. The victim has the right to appear and make a claim. I don't need a police pre-sentence report. Make sure that we notify Heather, please, the victim. I'm accepting your plea to reckless driving. You are not on probation or parole, correct?
No, sir.
And nobody's forced you to plead no contest?
No, sir.
I'm just going to set a sentence date. We'll notify the victims. What do you have for me, Heather?
That will also be April 8th, and we can do 8:30.
At 8. This isn't good. Go down the hall, get your numbers. Good luck. Webb, Andrew Joseph Webb.
Good morning, Judge.
I'm sorry, let me finish this. It's Andrew Joseph Ellis Webb, 26B82402A. Okay. Go ahead.
Good morning, Judge. Mazzy David, Mr. Webb, Mr. Webb, say full name. Andrew Webb.
So he's going to plead to a no contest too. Is this through the possibility of civil litigation?
Correct.
And that's going to be under section 771.1, correct?
Correct.
So if you plead no contest, sir, I do want you to understand again, and you're going to plead, it says, to the Animal Violation Vicious Act. If you plead to that, that has the same effect as a guilty plea. It's punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Can you mark that one too? All right. And you did sign and read and understand an advice of rights form today. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And again, you stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis. True?
Yes.
All right. To that charge, animal violation, vicious act. How do you plead it?
No contest.
All right. I've had the report marked Peoples 1. I'm going to review. All right. Based on my review of the report, I find there's a factual basis for the plea. Ooh, looks like quite a bite. I'm not going to order a pre-sentence report. I'll accept the plea, sentence date, notify victim again. Okay, Heather? You're not on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody force you to plead no contest?
No.
Please accept it. We'll notify the victim. I'll give you a sentence date. We can do April 8th again if you'd like, Heather.
Yes, that works, Judge.
At 8:30. Okay, sir? So You're gonna have to notify the victim. They can come in and claim restitution, but I'm accepting that plea to animal violation, no contest.
Judge, also as part of the plea, there were some other civil infractions that were paid. So we've talked to the prosecutor and she's got no objection if the court would set aside, those two civil
Do I need
infractions.
to do that? Can you just do that, Heather? Dismiss the dog at large and the no dog license?
And then carry over the payment to this case.
Yeah. Can you do that for me?
Yes, Judge.
And then can you tell me how much the bond is? And I'm gonna make it a cash bond on this case. I should say how much the payment is. This was a personal bond, but he paid the other.
I believe there was $450 paid in total on this.
Yeah, I think 450. Well,
So I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss the dog at
He
large.
paid, so he paid 135 on one of them. And then 135 on the other, on the B and C.
So it looks like 270 then.
Yes.
I think that's correct.
Okay, 270 cash is the bond. Make sure you dismiss files pursuant to STIP, dismiss the other two files. Dog at large and no license, no dog license.
Additionally, Mr. Webb does work out of state, on certain job projects. We asked the court to allow him to leave the state for employment purposes.
Where do you go, sir?
I mean, I could be traveling anywhere, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Okay, I'll just make a note here. Can leave state for employment purposes without consent, okay? Can leave state for employment without consent. And I'm modifying that bond as of today, March the 19th. Okay? Anything else?
That's it.
Go down the hall, get your notice, sir, and we'll see you back here. Good luck. Funchess, Kiamora Rain Funchess, 25B1499661A and B. Could I have Amber Russell seated at the table here?
Amber Rose. Yes.
And I'm gonna take Ms. Funchess. Your name?
Good morning, Judge. Mattingate, turned back in sponsors.
What is she pleading to?
Judge, she's pleading to no ops and the distracted driver.
All right, so the original charged rival and license will be dismissed. You're going to plead to distracted driving. You're going to dismiss the failure to yield accident, right?
Correct.
To the charge distracted driving, that's 0 points. How do you plead? Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
If you plead to no ops, possible penalties are up to 100 fines, 90 days jail. Costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
yes,
Plead no contest, or if you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
yes.
All right. To the charge no valid ops on person, how do you plead?
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Western Sylvan in Brownstown, December 27 to 25 at 2:32 p.m.?
Yes.
Did you have a valid license on your person?
No,
Are you on probation or parole?
no,
Anybody force you to plead guilty? Did you cause an accident to another vehicle?
yes,
I really gotta set this for a sentencing. I hate to do that, but the victim has the right to seek restitution. So I'm gonna set a sentence date. I'm gonna accept the plea to no ops, accept the plea to distracted, dismiss the drive while unlicensed, dismiss the failure to yield, notify victim again on this case because the victim could make a claim for restitution since you were unlicensed. So I'm sorry, we'll give you a new date. That's gonna be April the 8th at 8:30?
Yes, Judge.
At 8:30, okay?
okay,
So I'll go down the hall and give you the notice. And I'll sentence you on the distracted at that time as well. So I'm going to defer the sentence on both cases, at least on the distracted, and I won't sentence you on the no ops until that date when the victims have been notified. Any questions? Good luck. Thanks. Russell. Amber Elizabeth Russell, 26B02516.
Good morning, Judge. Mattingate, on behalf of Ms. Russell.
Ma'am, your name?
Amber Elizabeth Russell.
All right, so this could be a plea of no contest to disturb the peace, right?
Right. This is gonna be the
What happened before?
What's that?
Did we try to take this plea before?
We did.
Okay,
It turns out there may be issues of civil liability here, so we decided to be no contest things.
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just not feeling well, but yeah.
All right, so if you pleaded, okay, she's got to sign this.
I
Okay,
know
she,
there should be a yellow piece in there.
is there?
What's that?
This is December.
You know, I had her fill one up today, Judge, I couldn't find it.
All right, well, I'm gonna advise you orally, if you plead to disorderly person, a no contest plea, that has the same effect as a guilty plea. I would take this under section 771.1. If you plead no contest, because of the possibility of civil litigation, I'll take that no contest plea, like I said, but it does have the same effect as a guilty plea. Disorderly persons punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, and again, did you sign an advice of rights and read and understand the rights today? Do we have them?
Judge, I've got the card over here, I know I put the white copy,
It is signed.
If
it
you,
is signed. The court wants to,
it's December 23. If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. And again, you understand a no contest plea has the same effect as a guilty plea. Counsel, do you stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis?
yes,
All right.
This is the one that was signed today.
Yeah, this one-
With the wrong date on it.
you put December?
So.
Okay.
You signed it December 23 of 25?
Sorry, I'm not feeling well. I just, it just.
Are you okay? You're not under the influence of anything, are you?
No, I'm just not feeling well. I'm getting over a cold and I'm laryngitis.
Okay, I get it, but are you under the influence of anything?
No, not at all.
You weren't drinking?
No,
You
not,
didn't take any medication today?
not at all. I don't take it till the nighttime.
Can I give you this again? All right, sir, I ask you to take your hat off again.
Sir?
Sir, you have to take your hat off, please. Thank you. To the charged disorderly person, how do you plead?
No contest.
All right, I'm going to have the report marked Peoples 1. I'm going to review it and make sure there's a factual basis, okay? Just bear with me 1 second. Are you sure you're not under the influence of something?
Yeah, I got up at 8:30, took a shower, got dressed.
I've got board
here.
reports here, Judge, they go over.
Is she under the influence of anything? All right. I'm not quarreling with you, but you walked up here and it was rather strange before when you're saying that the court administrator told you to come in and tell me that Mr. Gaith was with somebody else.
She did. She said that you were with somebody else and to go back and wait for him in the lobby.
I'm gonna take you at your word. There's evidence of here that based on my review, I find there's a factual basis for the plea. Are you on probation or parole, ma'am?
No,
Anybody force you to plead no contest?
no.
I'll take your plea of no contest to disorderly, dismiss the A and B, refer you for a screening and assessment. You're gonna be screened and assessed today, and you're going to be sentenced at a later time, okay? I'll give you a new date. Maybe we can move this one out. I think I got enough for April 8th at 8:30, Heather. Could we go to the
Yeah.
following date?
Yes, we have Brownstown Town on April 16th.
April 16th at 8:30 will be your court date. You're gonna go down the hall, get your notice, and then over across the hall to fill out a question and be interviewed, okay? And then you can leave. Good luck. Thank you.
No,
Johnson. Ora Terrace, Brandon Johnson, 26B 150-198, A, B, and C,
Good morning, Judge. Matt Gates, on behalf of Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnston, your name, sir?
Forrest Johnson.
So we have resist and obstruct possession of a controlled substance. Those are 2 charges, and then we have a third one of expired plate. Does he stand mute, waive formal reading on the misdemeanors?
Yes,
What is the alleged substance?
hydrocodone.
Pardon?
Hydrocodone. Tylenol.
Yeah, I get it. Well, it's hydrocodone's that's an opiate. It's Vicodin. What kind of a record does he have? You got warrants. You gonna go get around to taking care of your warrants?
Yes, I have a ticket once that's in 34th District.
Go take care of them.
Yes, sir.
You got Taylor.
Yes, sir.
You just see something, yeah.
The first I was driving wasn't my husband, so sorry.
All right. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, $1,000 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without consent or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. I'll give him a new date too. Why don't we set this, is this Brownstown, this is 16th good for me, Heather?
Yes, Judge.
We'll make it at 9 a.m. You show up then, okay, sir?
That's it.
If you want a court-appointed lawyer going forward, you're gonna have to fill out a petition for it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Best of luck.
Hydrocodone.
Burgor. Sarah Ashley Burgor, 26B149-830 A and B. Is she here?
Yeah, she's the one with the minor child.
Oh,
They said they told her to wait in the line.
yeah, okay.
What we've just witnessed is a powerful snapshot of how fast-paced and high-stakes lower court proceedings can be. One courtroom, multiple defendants, and a series of decisions that will impact lives long after today. From resisting arrest and reckless driving to animal violations and disorderly conduct, each case highlights the importance of understanding your rights and the long-term consequences of waiving them. The judge-ensured procedure was followed, but the responsibility ultimately falls on each defendant to make informed choices. If you found this case as eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, especially which case stood out to you, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.